Hi there. In this video, we're going to look at a slightly more realistic example of using a table column expansion to solve a real-world problem inside of Power Query. So let's get started. We're here in the expand.xlsx workbook. We're in the table intermediate sheet. And right now I've actually given you both the table of data we're going to start with and what I want the end product to look like, because I realized my explanation would be a little bit vague. So what we've got is we've got this data here, which is our order detail data. So here's all the actual sort of transactions that happened, all the times that somebody ordered something, what it was they ordered, how much we made off of it, and whether the product was what was the major category and what was the minor category, or category and subcategory. Well, that's all good, but what we would like is we want a table that looks like this. So we've got all the different products, but we've actually got the rank of their sales compared to the rest of that category. So we've got all of the food products up here first, and they're sort of listed descending total sales. So we get the one that we sold the most of here first, and the one we sold the least of here first, or we made the least money off of, perhaps I should say. And next to that, we've also got the rank. So we know that this bran muffin was the 5th best-selling food product. And then we come down here to where the beverages are, and we can see all the different beverages, and same kind of deal. They're listed in descending order based on total sales. So this lemonade large was our best-selling product, and we could see it was the #1 selling beverage. And if we come down here, this tea green small, well, it was the 8th best-selling beverage. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Here's the data we want to work with, so let's click on it. Let's head over to Power Query and get our data from a table. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to do a group by. What we want is a summary table that's got the category, subcategory, product, and the total sales. That's where we're going to start. So let's get the category, subcategory, and name, I should say, the product name. So we're gonna group the order detail by that, and we're also gonna get a total sales column. So we're gonna do a sum of the sales amount. So for each one of these products, we want the total sales associated with it in the order detail. Okay. So basically, what we can see here is this tea green small. If we were to look over here, and we added up all the sale amounts associated with tea green small, then we would get $406.25. That's what that means. Okay, so we've got this. The next thing we want to do is we're going to sort this descending, which is a nice way of saying we're going to sort of rank them in order of their total sales. So this is the highest selling product, and this is the lowest selling product. And if we didn't want the ranking by category, we just wanted the overall ranking, we would be pretty much done right now. All we would do is we'd come up here to add column. We would add an index column, a one-based index column, and there we'd go. We'd have our rank. We could just come up here and change this from index to rank, and we'd call it a day. Unfortunately, that's not what we want. We only want, or I should say, we want the ranking relative to other food products or other beverage products. So it needs to respect the category. So I'm going to remove that. That's not going to work for us. So we've ranked this, or we've ordered this descending by total sales. So now we're going to do another group by. Let's head over. We're going to do yet another group by. And in this one, we're going to group by category again. And the next thing we want is a filtered table, which is to say, instead of an aggregation, we want this original table filtered by each individual categorical row. So if I click OK, what we've got now is for each category, we've got the previous table, but filtered only to rows where the category equals food, for this little table right here. And for this little table right here, it's got this table, except only the rows where the category equals beverage. Okay? So now that we've got that, what we want to do is we want to add an index to these little tables here. So we want to add an index here, and we want to add an index here. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head what the code is for that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this trick. I'm going to head over to add column. I'm going to add an index column, and I'm going to add it from 1 because I want it to start at 1, not 0. Click OK. All right, there we go. We've got that, and if you'll notice up here, we've got the code already written for us, so I don't need to go look up what the function is for that. I've just got it right here. If you don't see it, head over to View, click on the formula bar, and we can see the formula right there. So I'm going to highlight that, hit Control-C to copy. I'm going to remove this step, and I'm going to head over here to Add Columns, and I'm going to add a custom column. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, can't move it out of the way. I'm going to click down here and do Control V to paste that formula that I had. And rather than what I've got right here, which attempts to apply the function to the previous step, I'm actually going to apply it to each one of these teeny tiny little tables here in the filter table column, right? So it's going to apply the table add index column function to each one of these guys, one after the other. And here, the second argument, it wants to know, what do you want to name this new index column? Well, we actually don't want to call it index. We want to call it rank. It's going to end up being the same thing. And we're going to change the name of this column to filtered table rank added. So it's basically the filter table, but we've added a rank column. Click OK. So what we started off with was this right here. We've got all the products and their total sales. They're listed in descending order, but there's no rank. And then in this table, we have the same thing, except now we've added a rank column. Okay, so we're almost there. If you'll notice, we've got category here in sort of the big outside table, but we've also got it here in the inside table. So we don't actually need this column, and we certainly don't need this because this doesn't have the ranking column that we want. So I'm going to, so if I come right here, this doesn't have the rank, which is what that's what this whole thing is about. So I'm going to right click and hit remove. And so now we've got is a single column, and we've got two tables that have all the information we need, including the rank. So all we have to do at this point is expand, and what it's basically going to do is just stack these tables one on top of each other. So you're going to see this table, and then you're going to see underneath it this table, right? So let's go ahead and hit the expand button. So it wants to know, do we want to use the original column name as a prefix? No, we do not. And we're going to go ahead and keep all of these guys. I'm going to click OK. And there we go. So now we've got exactly what we want. We've got all the different food products, and we've got the ranking of the total sales, but respecting the individual categories. Okay, so that's an example of something that's a bit more complicated and when you might actually use expanding tables here in the real world. All right, well, I do hope that was helpful, and I will see you next video.